Well, this goes down as the greatest single set of my life. 180 kilos for a set of 8 on the back squat is something I've never done before. In the last few weeks, I've had really good time. Lots of 5s. I went away completely from singles, and I said to myself, every single day I'm gonna work up to a heavy 5, not a heavy single. And so what that means is that I'm continuously doing 5s. So I'll do a bar for 10 and then 65, 105, 145, 165. If I have it in me, 185. I've kind of been doing 2, maybe 3 sets of 180 in the last week or so. It just depends on the work schedule, nursing and night shifts and whatever. But I play by ear. I kind of work up to 140. And depending on how 140 feels, I put on 160. If 140 feels good, I stop bad. I stop there. Same with 160. Today, interestingly enough, the 140 felt heavier than 160. So the body kind of took a little while to warm up. And then 160 felt really good. I put 180 on, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I've done 6 reps a few days ago. Can I get 7? I did the first rep, and I thought, Jesus, that feels heavy. But then I just kept focusing on getting lots of air into my belly, and I stopped thinking about the reps. I just went, okay, air, tight, down. And then around 3 or 4 rep, I forgot where I was in terms of rep count. So I thought, all right, I'm 1 less than I thought I was. And then I rewatched the video and it ended up being 8. And the 8th one was a fight, just like the 7th and 6th rep. They all looked like a fight. But I reckon if I really wanted to let my form deteriorate, I could have gotten 10. But these sloppy reps, they teach you something for sure. But these sloppy reps are not going to be something that you can use for the top weight, like if you're doing a single, because the top weight will punish you for bad positioning because it's heavier weight. So I don't want to get into a habit of just chasing reps all the time and just completely disregarding form. Like, I'm pretty happy with the form today. Like, the back wasn't rounding and I felt quite strong. But this is something that, historically speaking, I've never liked, going into these dark places where I'm just doing anything and everything to get the weight up. It felt horrible. Like, it felt like I was really working hard. On camera, it looks not too bad. I don't know what you guys think. I guess there's levels to this. Like, there's guys on the internet who are absolutely, talking to Jesus mid-set. And if you listen to, Squats and Milk program, if you listen to Tom Platz, that's what he used to say, man. Put 180 on the bar, put whatever on the bar, it doesn't matter, and do breathing squats. I don't know why there's this need to finish the set quickly. Even after the 8th rep, yeah, it's heavy. It's really hard work to stand there with it. But I could have gone, okay, I'll just take another 5 seconds and I'll probably feel better than I feel now. And then another one and another one. And I think that's the magic secret of breathing squats, is that you get to kind of really push yourself. Because when you first come up out of that squat, the 7th or the 8th squat, you're feeling pretty shitty, but then it kind of starts to feel a little bit better, and that gives you a little bit of kind of inspiration to attack the next rep. It's just interesting. And you take a deep breath in, you go down, it's hell, and then you come out and you relieve that stress, you relieve that air. You take a couple of breaths, and then it starts to feel a little bit better. Now we're talking about like a couple of percent a little bit better, because you have to understand, like, you're under some serious weight, so it's not going to ever feel like a holiday. But it feels a little bit better than what you did in that universal sticking point. And that's all you really need. You just need a little bit of light, a little bit of hope, and then you go again. But it's just interesting how squats feel and how most lifts feel. It's like there's one point in the lift where everything slows down. And I swear to God, man, in that moment, it feels like time stops. You're like, man, this feels like an eternity. But then on camera, you look at it and you're like, the bar's moving. It's not, it's not like it's completely stopped and you're going backwards. It's not like that. And I think that's what breathing squats teach you, that it's okay, man. It's all right. Just stay with it. Keep pushing. This is something that heavy singles and just, doubles and triples that don't teach you well enough, this, existence under heavy weight for a long period of time. They kind of teach you it's okay. Yeah, it's progressively getting shitter and shitter as you go on in the set, but you're fine. You're fine. It takes a lot of central nervous drive. This is a battle as it is physical, it is mental as well. Before the set, I don't know, I don't think I cut up the video, but I was pacing around for a little bit because I was kind of getting ready for that 7th rep. I knew the 6th reps a few days ago was tough as well. I'm thinking, damn, I'm going to be hurting in a second here. And that kind of gives you the nerves, it gives you the nerves of thinking, Jesus, okay, this is some uncomfortable times ahead. But at the same time, like if you've been lifting any period of time, you hate these moments, but you also love them because once you achieve whatever rep count that you want, yes, you're going to feel crap for the next few minutes because everything's hurting and everything's burning and whatever. But the high that you feel afterwards, it's probably on par with what the runners talk about as the runner's high. If you run for 2-3 hours, if you run a marathon, right, whatever, if you're absolute top 5 of the world, you're going to be running around 2 minutes, 3, 4, 5 minutes, 2 hours and, just over 2 hours. But if you're a mere mortal, you're probably running for 3 hours, 3.5 hours or whatever. And that's a long freaking time to be uncomfortable. This is why these marathon runners are absolute gods of mentality. How long can you stay uncomfortable for? I just went through 180 for 8. It's uncomfortable, but it's not very long. Sure, it's longer than a set of 2, 3, 4, or 5, but I think there's something to be had in terms of training the mind when you're doing some of these breathing squats. It tests you. It tests you. And speaking of all of this stuff, I showed you a chart. My projected max is now 223, or let's say 220. So this is another really good thing. It kind of gives you what the potential is. Of course, these calculators are not precise, and there's many things that go into it. But it gives you an idea, okay, this is kind of where I am. It sure as hell is higher than 212 kilos, right? If I can do 180 for a set of 8, and I hope next week I can get 10, we're getting, I'm putting a lot of reps together with 180, man. Like, so, this gives me confidence that 215 will fall, maybe 217 and a half in the not too distant future. Shit, maybe 220. If I continue pushing these reps with 180, if I can get a set of 10, geez, imagine a 180 for a set of 12. Of course, the further away you get from singles, it kind of gets less and less accurate with these calculators. But I can tell you, if you can get 180 kilos for a set of 12, man, you're pretty strong, man. You can probably get 220, I would say. Anyway, guys, appreciate you like always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.